Welcome to Cards Against Moomin Part 3. This time I got triple the suggestions, and there are nearly 100 cards. Without further ado, diversity wins. Snufkin and Moomintroll are roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Groke's latest rampage came to an end when her copious amounts of Snuffman fanfiction was returned. I can see why she'd be angry about that. I mean, that would end my rampage. In some translations of the Moomin books, Moominhouse is actually called Snufkin's Garage Boy Band. He's in there singing, when Snufkin punched Stinky. That's when whatever Mrs. Fillyjunk and Mimble have going on finally began. I know exactly which episode you're talking about. Mrs. Fillyjunk kind of lives vicariously through Mimble the whole time. Snorkmaiden in a swimsuit in Moomin Valley? Now that's an Avengers-level threat. This is said by Moomin on the Riviera.
You can't wear that.
Why not?
Because it's like you're wearing nothing.
Her fiancé missing wasn't why Nana went to the valley. It was actually the Groke and Mom jeans. The scene where Sniff's trying to pick her up and she's like, I need to see the Groke and Mom jeans. Don't worry. Grandmother had a homemade remedy for Snork's browsing history. It's giving Jockster catnip. If that's the solution, I don't want to know what he was looking up. I just imagine him needing Jockster to do something for his invention. This might be crazy enough to work. When Moominmamma dropped her handbag, Moominpappa's memoirs, the uncensored version, fell out. That's like something you don't want to read but you can't look away. Upon further inspection, the Groke doesn't actually represent Sniff's insatiable hunger for money. She represents Moomin breaking up with Snorkmaiden. Oh, Groke, won't you come over? We like having you around. Every time the Groke comes, Snorkmaiden's like, Moomin, I just feel like I don't know you anymore. After throwing the phoenix into the flames, it turned out that it was just Moominpappa admitting his past crimes. Oh no! He's like, yeah, there was that one time. I accidentally killed a child for laughing at me. He said I had high-waisted feminine hips. And Jockster packed me away in Muddler's tin can until I could get across the border. And then they sacrificed him! Every Moomin fan's favorite episode was Little Mai is a wingman. That would be a great episode. I mean, we've already seen her as a partner in crime. Now we just need to see her make Snufkin or Moomin make the first move. Mr. Hemulin lost his entire retirement fund in one day because of Snufkin and Moomin's friendship. I like to think that he made a bet about their friendship with, I don't know, say like Moominpappa. And guess who won the bet? Snufkin's great-aunt gave up her belongings after she thought she was going to die from the omnipresence of Gandalf the Gay. Gandalf, I knew you were the reason that Snufkin's aunt died. I mean, she gave away her belongings, though. You did what you had to do. So many 1990s Moomin episodes are getting region blocked because of drunk Hobgoblin granting wishes. Mr. Hemulin wishes for a new spade. You want a hand grenade? I wish for a bag of money. You want to be the Easter Bunny? I can see why that would get region blocked pretty fast. McDonald's plan to open a new place of operations in Moomin Valley was cancelled due to Moominmamma wearing Stinky as a fur muff. They're like, ma'am, I don't know how, but you've managed every health code violation. McDonald's Snufkin will take over. It doesn't violate any health codes. The final episode of the second season of 90s Moomin only aired once because Snufkin without his hat was harmful to children. Oh no! Scandalous. He can't take off his hat in front of the children? No, we don't want a new generation of Snufkin simps. Yes, we do. When little Mai was born, she was only the size of Muddler and Fuzzy's button collection. At first I thought it meant she was the size of a button, but it says collection. All small beasts should have an outhouse built by Moomin on their tails. Rolls right off the tongue. Portable outhouse. Sounds useful. There's a new Groke in town, and they're the embodiment of a feast of pine needles. So if they eat pine needles to hibernate for the winter, isn't this just melatonin Groke? When Moomin crawled out of the Hobgoblin's hat, he had transformed into yet another failed business from Sniff. I imagine him coming out as some strange creature, and Sniff's immediate thought is, oh, I could sell that! Fillyjunk hates almost anything, but she mostly hates Snufkin getting high with Moomin. Yo, Snufkin, pass the slug-a-bed mushroom. Mrs. Fillyjunk is like, hooligans! What is responsible for Muddler's hoarding problem? Moominpappa and the King's Hunger Games. Oh no! All of his trauma from the Hunger Games and being low on supplies. As soon as he got home, he's like, I have to fill the void. On top of letting minors smoke and drink alcohol, Moominmamma lets them eat. Moomintroll's fat fluffy behind. She's like, alright children, let's have some nicotine, alcohol, and cannibalism. Little Mai's latest prank went wrong when she placed Drunk Mimble Jr. into the never-ending hole that is Moominmamma's handbag. And it wouldn't even be the weirdest thing Moominmamma has in her handbag. It's a peaceful day yet again in Moomin Valley. The birds are singing, flowers are blooming, and Snufkin and Alicia throwing a bird into a fire.
Man, it's a beautiful day. Where is this place? Where am I?
I mean, that's just another normal day in the valley. Spring has finally arrived, and Moomin is excited for Sniff committing arson. That means that the previous winter, Sniff was like, alright, you gotta wake up early this spring. Get with the times, Mrs. Phillyjunk. All the kids are converting Moominhouse into a rocket ship these days. Like all the children. And it really does look like a rocket ship. The first time Moominmamma was jailed, it was for Little Mai wanting to date her brother. No! As soon as the inspector sees this go down, he's like,
I can't believe you've done this.
the only thing more concerning than Snufkin's snow hallucinations is the dragon coming back. So we'd get Moomin's Jealousy Arc Part 2 and a dragon the size of Moominhouse. Moominpappa's prize-winning painting was called Moominpappa's Imposter Syndrome. The only thing more satisfying than wreaking havoc on the park keeper is Little Mai trapping and torturing the mailman.
Come on. This way. Towards me. Come on. Come on.
I expect the postman is still chasing her around the garden.
Don't tell me why, I don't want to know.
Cavetown wrote another song for Moomin Valley Season 3. It's about Jockster finally coming back home. Aww.
Buddy, you just need to go home.
I would love that song more than myself. Little Mai fears no man, but Moominpappa accidentally inventing time travel? It scares her. He just, destroys reality. Let's go and fill Moomin Valley with the decapitated Moomins. Please, a valley full of them. The Moomins finally figured out what Christmas was, but now they think Valentine's Day is about Little Mai's murder count. On February 14th, we let Little Mai have her day. Just stay clear and we'll all be fine. Moominpappa and Moominmamma don't actually hibernate during winter. As soon as Moomin falls asleep, they watch Snorkmaiden winning a beauty pageant. After Moomintroll's interruption, it took Moominpappa a month to get back to the Mizabel crying herself to sleep part of his memoirs. I feel like he'd try to help Mizabel at first. Then he goes up to her and she's like, According to Tove Jansson, the definition of Mimble is Snorkmaiden and Little Mai, the very close female friends, and they were roommates. Moominpappa stood upon his favorite chair and declared, Whomper's absence from the adaptations. Thanks, Moominpappa. You ruined everything. Little Mai. Looks like they want to go with you, Snufkin. Snufkin. But I don't know anything about a bunch of white hippo-shaped rocks. I'm not sure I even like them. Moominmamma is a great parent. All she has to do is threaten her kids with Moomin turning into a cursed pink goblin. That'll do it. Mrs. Phillyjunk decided to move back out because of Moomin and friends entombing Stinky in a cave. She's like, what goes on in this valley? Nothing like Moominmamma's pancakes and Sniff committing tax evasion in the morning. They're like, what are you doing, Sniff? I always commit tax evasion in the morning. The witch thinks she's tough, but she'd never stand a chance against the narrator being done with everything. It's true, he's just seen too much. The Hobgoblin decided not to take Snufkin the philosophical vagabond, because nothing is more precious than Snufkin when his backpack gets stolen. It's like the last Cards video when he wanted to see Mrs. Phillyjunk beating you up with her umbrella. He's got a weird sense of humor. Alright, that'll do it for Cards Against Moomin Part 3. Thank you again for all the suggestions.